Martin from the Philippines, and we're here in Real Talk Lifeline. So I'm trying something a little different. We're here in the outdoors, so if you could actually see the view here, really beautiful afternoon. And what are we gonna talk about today? So I felt like sharing something. So I have my notes here from my conversations. I'd call this lessons from a high net worth individual. In my profession as a financial consultant, we call them high net worth clients. This person's not an actual client of mine yet. So this is a high net worth individual or person. I also look up to this person as a mentor. I've been learning. Those watching the live or the replay, you could type in the comments money if you want to learn about money in this live, or type down below if you're looking for fulfillment, type happy down in the comments below. So what I'm going to be sharing with you are my best lessons that I got from one of the conversations I had with this person, and it turned into an ideas exchange. Ironic, because normally I would talk about spirituality with this person. So I'm just gonna share with you some practical lessons I got about money. So off the bat, quick profile of this person, because I'm in my mid-30s. This person's just a few years my senior. This person comes from a Chinese family, so is into business. This person also read this book growing up in high school. I only discovered it a few years ago, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I'm gonna be reading it actually later after this live in my me time. So what I'd like to do is share this person's lessons I got. So let's start off. So it starts off with the money side, and you'll take note of the way this person thinks, because quick background on me, I came from, you could say, middle class. So I came from like a low cost subdivision, like growing up, Pilar Village in Las Piñas, and then only moved here to Alabang later on as I was growing up. So I'd say middle class. This is the type of person who I would say is high net worth, because man, like when I'm next to this person, like I feel poor. Like anyway, like real graphic examples, like driving a basic entry-level Toyota Vios, like super practical, economical car, and then this person has like a Porsche or like a limited edition, high-end car, something like that. So let's get to the lessons. The first one I got that I'd like to share with you guys is how to start from scratch. So what this person shared, the lesson was look for intrinsic goods. So what does this mean? These are things that are valuable, non-perishable, and here's the key, that do not depreciate and appreciate. And you can look down 10, 20 years down the road, many years down the road. So if someone wonders at first, like when I hear that, I go, what the hell is that? Like, what is something that does not depreciate and it appreciates? And this person gave real examples, which I'm gonna say outright. So the first was real estate. Some of you may know that, so I won't go too deep into it. I'll give an example also on that in a bit. So actually I could give an example right now. So some real estate examples here were, it could be like a lot, house and lot, condominiums, again varying ranges like that. Next here is buying and selling second-hand Rolexes. So these are and the key I got later on were these were limited edition ones, not just like a general Submarine or something like that, like a Daytona or something. So again, this is all new stuff for me when I was hearing it. Patek Philippe, stuff like that. And then the last is trading of diamonds and jewelry. The key here again is these are things that do not depreciate and they actually appreciate in value later on. So before I go to my favorite lesson, which I'll end with, I'll go a little bit into the money side. So one key lesson I learned from this person was the difference of real estate versus a business. So real estate again can represent any asset or what was mentioned earlier. So for example, you get real estate and then you go for a property in Ayala Alabang, enclave or enclave, I don't know how you say that. Or this is a real example that hit me. Rockwell Proscenium. It's a high-end condominium. So why does this hit close to home? I actually sat in a showroom event, I think back in 2019, and I don't know what you call it, the real estate sales lady or agent there, she said it's actually true that if you bought it 5 years in pre-selling, which is around 150 to 180,000 per square meters, 5 years later it actually went up to 360,000 per square meter. So it doubled in 5 years. So it actually is possible, based on real experience. Yo Royce, what's up? We're talking about money and fulfillment. So lessons from a high net worth individual. So it is true, it's actually possible. And I think it was in 2019, right before the whole COVID thing, I went to the silent retreat in Tagaytay, Brahma Kumaris. There was again, my roommate ironically was this Chinese-Filipino businessman. And in one random moment I said, is it true, like if you invest in real estate, this Rockwell Proscenium condominium, the value can double or go up? And super candidly, that roommate of mine said, yeah, I have one. I was like, oh my god, small world, na. So what's the difference though of a business if you could put 50 million pesos and then 10 years from now it doubles, versus getting a business, starting a business like a franchise, and then you only get your ROI after 5 years, and then you start making money after that, wherein you could have just relaxed and invested in real estate. So one of the biggest lessons I got was this, actually. Separate passion from money making. And you separate money making from your profession. So this is where it hit me and I realized money making is the real estate side. You can call it your money making machine. Passive income, you can actually do nothing, and then you could get that rental income come in, whether it's residential like a condominium or commercial properties, right? And then the money just comes in. So separate that from your profession. And what is profession? Let's say this person actually wanted to become a lawyer. Profession is actually to help develop myself. It's more related to self-actualization. And that really hit me. So I'll actually end with that part. So the biggest lesson that hit me was when you separate money making, and I get it, it takes a lifetime for some of us to get it. I'm still learning it. That's why I'm gonna read this book later a bit. So the profession side, for those who typed in money, that's the money side. For those who typed in happy or who are seeking more of fulfillment, it's more of that side, which is profession, or doing what self-actualizes you, doing what makes you truly happy. In my words, I would say it's finding work that I love. So the key is to do both, and there's a separation. So that was one of my favorite lessons I learned from a high net worth individual. So those watching the live or the replay, if you want more stuff like this, or maybe you have something that you wanted to learn, you wanted to share, or a challenge you're going through, deep dive down below. I'll respond to you. And that's it for today's live. Thank you. I love you, and I will see you next time.